Okay, so now let's talk about really cool stuff here. So let me switch to NGON shape, and I'm pressing 5 to go to orthographic view, and in this side view we will be drawing our NGON Cutter shape. So you just click, drag, and once you release the left mouse button, you have the ability now to draw your sci-fi shapes. Well, why sci-fi? Because well, by default we have this angular snapping turned on, which is particularly helpful and cool for creating all types of, you know, sci-fi looking shapes. So that's some really proper sci-fi shape I've drawn here. So and of course to cancel it, you can just press escape twice and you can start all over again. So once you release the mouse, the left mouse button, you can start drawing your shape. And once you're happy with the shape, you can just press spacebar and you will do a laser cut, so-called laser cut. And of course, once you've drawn the shape, let's say I've drawn something like this, let's say. By the way, check how these angles here, well, particularly not here probably, but rather if I will draw something like this. So with this angular snapping, as you can see, I'm able to perform absolutely the same angles on my slopes, which is very helpful, especially for the sci-fi designs, right? And another cool thing about the NGON shape is that you can actually tweak its points by just, you know, dragging and moving those points all around. And if you want more precision to if you want basically to disable the snapping, you can just hold Control and you will be disabling this snapping, which is also very helpful. And once you're happy, let's say you see that now we don't have these 2 points aligned perfectly, but all you have to do is that you can just, you know, you can just drag this point a little bit up and it will be aligned perfectly here. Okay, so now let's say I'm happy with this shape that I want to cut, and now I can just, you know, change the viewport view here, and here I have this black little dot here, which I can just drag to control the extrusion depth. So I can either cut it all the way through or I can stop wherever I want here. So now you can just press spacebar and it will be cut out, right? So how cool is that? So you can draw, and by the way, you can draw right from the start without this snapping on. So by holding Control, you can just, you know, have this precision however you like. So you can draw any angles here. So once you're happy with the first line you've drawn, just release the left mouse button and you can now continue drawing your shapes, right? So by the way, check this gray dot that is turning red once I'm approaching it. So it basically indicates that I'm now closing my shape, and this point now is perfectly aligned with this other point you see here. So now I'm at the right right angle, so perfectly 90-degree angle. So that's really helpful. I'm right clicking to go to pause mode, and from here I can either press spacebar to perform the laser cut to cut my model all the way through, or I can continue doing all the cool stuff with tweaking the points here and there. And once I'm happy, let's say I want to let's say I changed my mind and I want this point to be aligned with this one, so I can just drag it until it snaps perfectly here. So now they're both aligned. So how cool is that? And now I can just again, pressing middle mouse button, I can just change the camera view, or rather the viewport view, drag this black dot here and cut it all the way through like that. Another cool thing about NGON shape is that you can actually bevel, its corners. And if you want to bevel all corners simultaneously, you can just press B on the keyboard, And now just move the mouse really accurately because it's quite sensitive. So and by the way, once you will reach 0, kind of, as you can see here, it will switch between beveling and chamfering. But anyway, you can switch or actually turn chamfer to bevel by just rotating your mouse wheel, effectively turning it into bevel. So once you're happy with the radius, you can just press spacebar and you will be good to go. Right? Super cool. Another cool thing, you can draw your shape. Let's say I've drawn something like this, right-clicking to go out of this mode, I'm going to pause mode. And let's say I want to bevel or chamfer only these 2 points here. So I can just hover my mouse over this one of these points, and using middle mouse button, I just slightly drag like this. And let's say I change my mind and I want to bevel this one as well. So this is a really cool way of having different radius of bevels and chamfers in your designs. So that's really cool. And again, once you're happy, just drag this little dot here and you will be good to go. Nice. Another thing regarding the NGON shape cutters is that you can quickly use this tool for actually introducing paneling lines into your model. So, but in order to do that, you have to switch from this shape mode to line mode. So now you can just press C, and as you can see now, I'm now into this, I switch to this align mode. And if I will just, stop here, I'm clicking and right clicking. And if I will just now press spacebar, as you can see, I've cut through the whole model, effectively turning this line into a paneling line, right? And I can do as many as I want here. And again, same principles, sorry, let me quickly undo it. Same principles apply here in regards to beveling of the shape. So I'm right clicking to go to pause mode, and then I'm hovering over this point, and using my middle mouse button, I'm changing the beveling on it. And again, spacebar, I have this nice little line, paneling line going on here. And what's even more cool is that I can actually change or tweak the thickness of this line. So watch this. I can just press T, and I can just introduce more thick paneling lines here. So once happy, I can just left mouse, left click, and just spacebar, and there you have it. So that's really cool. That's why I love this. That's why we all love it, right? So, so just to quickly recap it, just click. Oops, I went to another cutter shape here. So click, drag, draw something cool, right? If you want to avoid snapping, just hold Control, right? And once you're happy, close the shape, right click, change the camera view, or rather the viewport view, drag this dot to control the extrusion depth, spacebar, you have it.